here today. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good?
Yes!
Yeah, so I'm the very first contestant of today's competition. But I do hope that I can bring the positive energy and enthusiasm to all of you guys. Can you give me a big round of applause? Thank you. So my topic today is topic number 3. Talk about an important decisions that you have ever made in your life. Let's begin. Throughout the process of human development, from the very immature child living under the protection of my parents, to a grown-up male or female who have to face challenges and have to make decisions themselves. I used to be a very inquisitive guy living under the protection from my parents. That is very hard for me to imagine that one day I have to grow up and make decisions for my life. And it actually came not out of my estimations. The day I eventually decide to study at Bắc Ninh Specialized High School, which is also my most important commitment I've ever made in my entire lifetime. I considered myself as a perfectionist, whose every smallest things happen to me have to go through such deadly earnest consideration. And last year, which was a very beautiful year when I received highest praiseworthy results of the academic achievement at certain competitions. However, the decision of entering such an international environment has never crossed my mind, as an absent-minded guy being crazy about the local environment with familiar friends and protection from my parents. It was not until the day that my form teacher advised me to take an examination to Bắc Ninh Specialized High School. She told me how wonderful an international environment could bring to me, something just like state-of-the-art technology, qualified string of expertise, talented mates, and self-improvement activities. And from that point onward, I began to consider, where should I put my 3 years of my youth into? Will it be a local school or an international environment? You know, there are both hindrances for both decisions. As mentioned earlier, I wholeheartedly love the sense of belonging to my family, where I can receive the spiritual support and encouragement from my parents whenever faced with difficulties and challenges. So it's very hard for me to imagine that I have to be far away from them and living in a community full of strangers where everything has to be counted individually. Another point is that the challenge of overcoming such temptations, trying to distract you on the way of conquering your dream and your aspirations. You know what I did next? Procrastinated making decisions. It was not until the day that me and my sister, a student of the university, had a conversation. You know, my parents are photographer, and my mother is a makeup artist. Both of them follow the path of being an artistic. And as many people know, a self-employed person has to face hindrances of unstable wages which is not supported monthly by the government. My sister told me that how hard and miserable my father and my mother has to stay in the very hard rain for about the whole morning, 3 and 4 hours under the very hard rain, taking photos for a technical meeting. Continuous lack of sleep and pitiless criticism from the customers even make the smallest mistake. I didn't know that I've burst into tears since then. I know that how dedicated and my father and my mother are bring to our children to ensure the living standards and to help our students, our children, have a chance to go to school. At that moment, I eventually decided I have to take an examination to Bắc Ninh Specialized High School, because I profoundly know that that environment could bring to me fundamental skills needed to fulfill my dreams in the future, to make my parents and my father and my mother proud and happy. I started getting into self-disciplinary learning and training to get to the examination. And now, I'm standing here as a student of 10 English 1 at Bắc Ninh Specialized High School, representing my human in this English oratorical contest. Besides, I've been more mature and confident, daring myself to do so many positions that I've never tried before. Being a co-organizer of a school event, being a co-host of the school's occasions. Though to become who I am today, I have to face with many difficulties like homesickness, nostalgia, peer pressure, isolation, and even self-disappointment. But I'm very lucky that throughout the journey, I have my parents with unconditional love and support to give me motivation and inspiration. I have my friends with sympathy and non-judgment to heal my soul. And I've never regret my decision, my life, and myself. All things considered, I believe that my success is not basically lies in the decision of entering Bắc Ninh Specialized High School, but the success of maturity and discover my inspiration and motivation to live for the endeavor of other people, not for myself only. And I'm thankful for everything that's happened to me to create a guy with inspiration and motivation can stand here and strongly state that he will never forget his beginning, never stop improving, and never forget his beginning himself. As for the basic quote of my life, only a life lived for others is worth living. Thank you.